We're live?
We're live.
What's up, man?
Hello.
What's
How's it
going on?
going? Right.
Man,
Well, here we are. I'm here. This is Vince. Tyler's here. How's it going, Tyler?
good, man. Good. I got some
Uh,
good sleep last night. I
yeah.
think
Uh,
Sam did not.
Sam did not have some good sleep last night, unfortunately. So he's on the injured list for this week. But we are holding it down. Once again, your boy Vinny G can't be taken down. Only vacation takes him out of the show rotation. Here we are, the old workhorse here.
There you go. There you go.
All right. So there's obviously we have finished the preseason. Everybody doing your fantasy football drafts, that's all happening. We just had ours yesterday, actually. And a lot of leagues are having them this week right now, the in between the regular season happening, starting that's coming up soon. I believe next week we're gonna have our season breakdown. I guess we'll have all of our picks and everything, so our big like predictions and everything. That's gonna be the big thing next week. But save that for later. But this week we're gonna just talk a little bit about just kind of the news and notes of the day and stuff. BAFC did something really, really cool, and I was there in person, and I'm gonna talk about it. So, but before we get into that, of course, football is king here in America. So we're gonna talk about that first. You're wearing an Eagles hat, so we'll let you talk. What did your Eagles do against the Jets? How did that preseason finale look for you?
Yeah. Look, they didn't get the win against it, but it didn't really matter. I think at this point, those are the guys that are trying to make a roster spot at that point, anyways. It's kind of their last time to shine. I still feel a little weird that we didn't go and keep Isaiah Rodgers, knowing that he signed for only $7 million, and we're having this cornerback competition thing here. There's still talks that they might try and bring in another elite cornerback here, which if it's Howie, I trust that he can make the numbers work and make it happen. So I guess my only concern is that we didn't really have a third backup quarterback, knowing that McCord didn't really look good, and in fact, he didn't look good enough because they ended up cutting him today. So he was our 7th round pick this year, and unfortunately, he didn't make the roster here. But there's good reason for that. Jumping into some little bit of acquisition news here, the Vikings signed former Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz over the weekend, which meant that Sam Howell was on the block. Yeah. So what's interesting about Sam Howell and Carson Wentz in this little small parody of this?
Right.
Sam Howell was drafted by the Commanders.
That's right.
He was going to be the savior of them, of much like Jaden is, but
Commandos. Yeah.
He was drafted, and then was replaced by Carson Wentz in Washington. Mm-hmm. And then he goes and signs with the Vikings this year and gets replaced by Carson Wentz. So Sam Howell probably has a dartboard with Carson Wentz's face on it somewhere.
Right, yeah. Carson Wentz keeps coming and taking his lunch money everywhere he goes.
So Eagles trade for quarterback Sam Howell to for the Vikings, along with a 7th round pick. In exchange, the Eagles send a 5th round and a 2027 7th round pick. Like I said, our quarterback room was looking really thin there. Tanner McKee is dealing with a little bit of a finger injury there, so we kind of needed I wouldn't say a great second quarterback option, but just a reputable one that could suffice. And unfortunately, what we had in the room wasn't going to do it. So I'm cool.
Also, I don't see the Eagles taking Carson Wentz. So it's kind of a safe spot for a safe landing spot for Sam Howell. At least that's what Sam Howell thinks.
Yeah.
Until Howie Roseman goes full Machiavellian villain.
Yeah. and so somebody has already texted me and was like, I don't want to jump too much into this, but a certain team traded for Kenny Pickett. We'll get to that here in a minute. And somebody goes, well,
Hot second.
why didn't the Eagles trade for Kenny Pickett to get him back if he was going to be traded? Well, it's because you can't trade for a player that you already traded for. I think there has to be like a 2-year gap or something like that, right? I think we went over
At
this
least one, I think.
one
I
or
don't
something. Yeah.
remember.
So
But yeah.
that's why we didn't get Kenny Pickett back. If had we have known that he was on the trade block here. So Sam Howell, I'm cool with it. I don't expect him to see the field, but hey, you know what? That's a great option as compared to what we had. In the order of this, the Eagles then trade the following day. They get offensive tackle Fred Johnson back, which was kind of our Swiss Army knife on the offensive tackle. He kind of filled in when some of our guys got hurt. So he's been a great acquisition for us last year. Helped us in some key playoff games towards down the stretch there, especially against the Rams there. Fred Johnson was a big help in that one. So we traded with the Jags for that in exchange for a 7th-round pick, right? And then we turn around and trade offensive tackle Darian Kennard to the Packers for a 6th-round pick. So Howie does it again. He gives up a 7th and then reacquires a 6th to move up in the draft. So I don't know how he does it. I don't know what dirt he's got on other GMs in the league, but that's an impressive thing to do. Darian Kennard, he is technically a 2-time winning Super Bowl champion, but it's kind of like I showed up for the team project and I did absolutely nothing. But I wish him the absolute best. And Packers need offensive tackles, and maybe this scenery for Darian, get him on the field there might be something that bolsters his career for him, because unfortunately I just don't think he was going to make it on our roster for us anyways. So good luck to you over there in Green Bay, and have fun in Lambeau.
So. Fair enough. Okay, so for my team, the 49ers, they do end up getting the win 30-23 versus the Chargers. As far as transactions that happened over the last week, the 49ers make a trade for Sky Moore, the wide receiver from the Chiefs. So they get in exchange for a 6th-round pick, they get a 7th-round pick back. So basically, you get Sky Moore and a 7th-round pick in exchange for a 6th-round pick. So basically, you take a step back 1 round for Sky Moore. It's for a lottery pick. You needed the depth at wide receiver. Sky Moore needed a fresh start. I don't know that he's gonna actually. He's probably not gonna be any kind of long-term solution at the position, but he's a depth piece. He's a guy that if his body is fully healed, he does have a history of being fast.
So that's what I was interested in this, right? Is that usually guys that are pretty fast, they're not slot receivers, right? You got them on the outs, right? For specific reasons.
Yeah.
So my question is, if you get Ayuk back, you've got a guy on the end. Does that mean Pearsall moves to the slot position because you want to put Sky Moore in the end?
I don't even know. I don't think Sky Moore's gonna play enough once everybody's healthy that it's gonna matter.
Okay.
That's the truth. Sky Moore's a depth piece. He's not gonna take enough time. He's not taking anybody's lunch money. He's a 4th wide receiver, 5th wide receiver. That's what he really is. Unless he plays his way, unless he actually plays well enough to force somebody's hand. But as of right now, without Ayuk, Jennings is still a question mark right now. We don't know if he's actually going to be able to play in week 1. He's still questionable for week 1. So for now, it doesn't matter. Whether Ricky Pearsall's like Ricky's going to be fine. That's not a question in my mind at all. That's irrelevant. So
I also did not know that Terrell Owens' son is on your roster. I did not know that at all.
Tariq Owens, yeah. I mean, for now, we're going to see how the final 53-man roster shakes out. In the chat, Papa G says you can't coach speed. While that is true,
you also can't coach hands.
Yeah. You can coach hands a little bit. You can also coach.
There's only so many of the gator traps that you can teach someone until it's.
No. That's part of it, though. That is coaching it. You can absolutely coach that kind of stuff. You absolutely can. But there's there are things you can do, and I just we'll see how this goes. I mean, it's like I said, it's a lottery pick. You took it's going from a 6th round pick to a 7th round pick for a lotto ticket. And if it works out, great. And if it doesn't work out, you took a step round. You're going from a late 6th round pick to a late 7th round pick. Who cares?
Yeah.
Nobody cares. It's basically free.
Yeah,
Okay,
of
it's
course.
girl math. It's basically free at that point. Okay, it's fine. Does not matter. It's fine. I'm good with it. Anybody who's complaining on the internet about this move, anybody who's like trying to make a big deal about it, shut the hell up.
But I get why
These
people
picks don't
complain
matter.
when it did happen, though. I get why people complain, knowing that like Scary Terry was possibly on the market, and
No, I mean,
I knew that wasn't gonna happen, but I can get why people were like, well, did we try to call about Scary
I'm sure
Terry?
they did. I'm sure they
Yeah.
tried, and
Yeah.
the what they're willing to pay doesn't like what the Niners are willing to pay with the room that they have in the salary cap and all that stuff. That they probably couldn't have made that work. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm not even concerned about it. Like looking at what they financially were able to do, this is probably about what I was expecting. The kind of move that they were willing to make. So
Sure.
it's fine, really. And this is it like I said, it's a free. It's basically free. No problem for me. All right. So Patrick Taylor, the running back, was moved to the season-ending injured IR list. Isaac Guerrero was back at practice in the game. He did have momentarily get injured. We did see him get back onto the field later. So that
Man.
was good to see. The 49ers did make a trade, though. They did acquire Brian Robinson for a 2026 6th round pick. Okay. So that is actually kind of a good move. I think I like this move a lot. He's Isaac Guerrero is made of glass. We talked about it last week. So this is a guy who's a little bit more sturdy. He's a guy that can take a shot, So there's me trying to make a silly little joke, but like seriously, he in his rookie year, he
That
did
almost went over my head.
he did get shot, and but he survived it, and so that makes 2 49ers who got shot in their rookie off seasons. Now
I do find that shocking, though, that the Commanders would do that. Maybe because
no
they signed so much talent in the
they
offseason.
No, see, for me, I just based on how last season went, it looked more and more. It looked like Brian Robinson Jr. was not going to be in their future plans. Just how the season was going, like how they were using him and stuff. And so, like the writing was on the wall, so he was gettable. And so the Niners saw the opportunity. If CMC has an injury, there are way worse backups to have. So then if CMC does go down, now you have sort of a thunder and lightning situation now with Brian Robinson Jr. and Isaac Guerrero,
Yeah. Yeah.
So a little Sonic and Knuckles, if you will, a little miniature version of what Detroit has going on over there.
I mean, again, I don't particularly care that the Commanders moved on from him. I just think being in my division, I feel like it's an advantage for me in my division. But Krosky could be something that Brian Robinson wasn't. Austin Eckler, I think, is just not it. I think he's on the wrong side at this point.
Well, Austin Eckler is still effective as a pass catching running back,
Right.
but anything else, I think, he's not. He's not going to be he's not a 3-down running back at this point.
Yeah, and Jeremy McNichols is. I'm not sold on that either. So they're really high on Ja'Cory. What did you want to go by? Bill.
Bill.
Yeah, so they're really high on Bill.
Yeah,
I don't know enough tape on Bill to be frankly honest with you. I'm going to see him very soon.
Bill Krosky.
Yeah, that's God, I don't know if that's the way I would have went, but hey, you know what? Teach your own. So
Yeah.
Bill Krosky, if that's what he wants to be called by.
Anyway,
look, the Commanders are high on him. I thought it was an interesting move, but again, I feel like it's an advantage towards the Eagles in this retrospect, so I'll take it.
Yeah. Okay, so the wide receiver room, the reason why the Niners acquired Sky Moore is because Jacob Cowing is still injured. He re-injured his hamstring and will miss about 6 weeks. Juwan Jennings is expected to be ready for week 1 after missing training camp with a calf injury. That's what Shanahan said in his last presser. We'll see though. I mean, I don't love that, a guy missed all of training camp
Yeah.
with an injury. That's never a good sign. Um, and CMC missed all of training camp last year with an injury, and we saw how that worked out. He only played 4 games last year, and
Yeah. Well, that was like also different too because he was also seeing, you know,
he was flying to
physicians.
Germany to get experimental treatments and stuff too to try to play. And that whole
Yeah, it's a
situation worked
little
just a
different.
little different, obviously. But I mean, still, they're even like with other teams and other situations when guys miss all of training camp because of injuries, you don't love that. Now, there was also the situation with Jennings wanting to get paid. So is this an injury or is this an actual injury? We're still unsure about that. So,
That's fair. Well,
but
I
that's
mean,
the other part of this. So we just don't know. Okay, so I think we need to just move on to the stuff that the Raiders did. Well, even though Sam's not here, they did do a couple of things, especially today.
yeah. So Jacoby Myers requested a trade today, and I was like, man, they better pay this guy. And then literally an hour later, news breaks. So the Raiders
Yeah.
signed Amari
Uh,
Cooper.
yeah, I was gonna say, Amari Cooper said, "Alexa, play." Oh, yeah, I messed up the joke. Damn it! I stumbled over the joke. Okay. Center. Me,
So
me, me,
Amari
me, me.
Cooper signs a 1-year, $5 million contract to reunite with his old team. A little bit different as
Alexa,
far as
play
the
Ozzy Osbourne, cause Mama, I'm coming home. He's going back to the Raiders. There we go. I got it out. Okay, I had to fart, and that's really what distracted me. There you are. You're seeing behind the curtain, ladies and gentlemen.
literally. Yeah, so I think it's a good move. I still think they should sign Jacoby Myers. I mean, there's no
Yeah.
reason not to, you know?
Mhm.
I mean, why not have both of those threats? Jacoby Myers has been an excellent pickup for the Raiders for the last 2 seasons, given the fact that he had band-aids at quarterback throwing to him every single week. So I think they should also sign Myers too. He'd be a great slot addition. I think Amari Cooper, is he going to be like how he was when he was, with the Raiders originally? Maybe not, but he's still an excellent route runner, and I think he's going to have one hell of a season with Geno Smith and Pete Carroll at the helms of this offense. So I
Yeah,
think there's
veteran leadership
positives.
is,
Yeah.
all that stuff. The old, Raider way, and I'm sure Sam would have a lot more to say about that than either of us could. And
Yeah.
I'm sure it's just a lot of happy feelings about that kind of a reunion. He's a guy that had a lot of good moments with the Raiders. The last time that they were, in the playoffs, he was part of that team. He helped
Amari
make that
Cooper
happen.
and Crabtree. That was
No, he was not Crabtree.
yeah, Amari Cooper and Crabtree.
Was Crabtree on that team?
Yeah, Amari Cooper and Crabtree. Those are your signs. And then they traded Amari Cooper to the Cowboys, I believe, right
Okay.
after that. So yeah.
Sam says he's watching. He does love the addition of Cooper as a veteran and also Pay Myers. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, right there with you, bud.
Last year, I kind of broke it a little bit, but the Raiders traded for Kenny Pickett from the Browns in exchange for a 5th-round pick.
That's right. Baby hands Kenny Pickett is going to the Raiders. They lost because Aiden
Super Bowl
O'Connell,
Super Bowl
Super Bowl
appearance
winning
Kenny
baby,
Pickett.
Super Bowl winning baby hands Kenny Pickett is going to the Raiders. Yeah. So, That being said, with Aiden O'Connell being injured and out for several weeks, it makes sense. You want to have somebody with at least competency behind Geno Smith should something go wrong. You know, you don't want to have the season be done. Should something happen to Geno, so totally makes sense. Get that. Okay. Just news and notes around the league. The Colts did end up naming Daniel Jones the starting quarterback for week 1. That is bad news for Anthony Richardson. That is good news for anybody with fantasy implications on the Colts. that
Indiana
wasn't
Jones
Anthony
is your
Richardson.
starting quarterback.
Ugh.
Love it.
I kind of hate that
I
name.
kind of love it. Only
Sam
because I was
says
hoping for it.
Pickens to the Raiders, puke, lol. Yeah, it's Daniel Jones is not the answer. But I mean, I guess honestly, Anthony, it does say a lot that Anthony Richardson couldn't hold off Daniel Jones. If he couldn't beat Daniel Jones for the starting job, it means that Anthony Richardson is definitely not the answer. So you might as well give Daniel Jones the chance, at least give your team a chance to not be completely terrible.
Daniel
I think
Jones is the
Daniel Jones is probably good enough to keep you out of the cellar at least to start the season. You know,
Daniel Jones is the answer at quarterback if you were a fan of the Cincinnati Bengals, Jaguars, or the Houston Texans. Because
uh,
I, as an Eagles fan, would tell you firsthand, he was the greatest option for the New York Giants.
yeah, dude. Yeah, Daniel Jones was perfectly cast to play Eli Manning in the Hollywood movie about the New York Giants beating the Patriots, and that's about it. Like that's it. Like he kind of looks like Eli a little bit, but like other than that, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Chris Godwin is being activated from the PUP, but only to begin his ramp up to play games. He's still believed to be out until October, so for those of you playing fantasy, maybe hold off on drafting him. Let him fall down a little bit before you draft him. Terry McLaurin ends his hold in. He did get his contract. He got his bag, 3 years, $96 million extension. And speaking of getting his bag, Trey Hendrickson and the Cincinnati Bengals finally agreed to terms. $30 million 1-year contract for this season. And then Trey Hendrickson is going to be a free agent after this year. So, good for him. He can, get his money and then get the hell out of Cincy and then come sign with a real team. You know,
Yeah, I mean, Trey Henderson, he might be on the wrong side of 30 as well, too. You know, you never know. But Trey Henderson seems like a Cowboys kind of move in the offseason, if I'm being real honest with you. It feels like a Cowboys move. So that's what I'm keeping my eye on.
Yeah, after the way the Micah Parsons thing is being handled right now, Micah could be gone.
Hey, their coach said that Micah Parsons is going to suit up against the Eagles. They did not say which team he's going to suit up for.
That would he's suiting up against the Eagles. That means that could be one of 14 teams in this league suiting up. Anyway, I think that kind of brings us to the end of the NFL talk for the moment, at least. So let's move on to basketball. There is just one note NBA style. I got two notes on here. First off, John Wall, 5-time All-Star. He is retiring after 11 seasons. I just wanted to give him a little love. Nice career there. 5-time All-Star. Good on you, bud. What do you say? Good career. Not a lot of guys get to be All-Stars 5 times. That's great.
True. That's true.
He's one of those dudes that's going to be in the Hall of Pretty Damn Good. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but a Hall of Pretty Damn Good. Maybe we'll see. But he's a guy that didn't do. I don't remember him doing the Warriors dirty at any point. So I don't have any ill will toward him or nothing. So right on.
Yeah, no issues with that.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Is your fun fact? I'm gonna take a guess here. Is your fun fact going to be out of John Wall's draft year? Who's the last?
No.
Okay, fine. I'll
but go ahead and bring that up. Yeah.
So, do you know who the last remaining player from John Wall's draft year? And we're gonna go with first round only. Okay, I'm not talking about the second rounds. Anybody from the first round because they all take the team photo together as being the first round picks. Do you know who is the only player left still playing in the NBA?
So his draft year was
2010.
2010?
Mm-hmm.
2010. So Curry was 2009.
Correct.
And Clay was 2011. So it'd
Correct.
be the year in between them. Um, no, I'm drawing a blank right now. Who was it?
The only one left in this draft class is Paul George.
Paul
That's it.
George.
That's the only
Okay.
one left.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That would make sense. All right. Yeah. It would have taken me a while to get there, so I'm glad I just gave up right away. I didn't want to, dead air. I don't. So here's my fun fact. I'm going to present you with a statement. I want you to list every player that's done this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Basketball players to record a 35-point game in college, the NBA, and the Olympics in their career. Okay. 35-point game at the college level, the NBA, and the Olympics.
Kevin
35
Durant.
points. No.
Ooh, he wasn't there.
No, he didn't get him in all three.
Carmelo Anthony.
No.
Wow, that's crazy. Those are two guys I would have immediately thought. Well, John Wall was on the Olympic team, so I'll go with John Wall. That's the softball. Really?
No. I'll give you a hint. There's only one dude that's done it.
Is it Curry?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Curry is the only person that's ever gotten a 35 points game at the college level, the NBA level, and the Olympics in their career. All three of them.
That is crazy. The guys I named.
Yeah, because
maybe not Paul Wall. I mean, maybe not Wall,
Paul.
but yeah, Paul Wall. Yeah, but like Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony seem like they would be
all of those games. They got 30-point games in the
Okay.
Olympics, but they didn't get 35-point games in the Olympics. I think.
Wow.
That
wow.
it's the 35 is where that line gets a little.
Yeah.
So that's the dividing line right there. So that was just a fun fact for you.
That's
right
cool.
there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool fun fact. That's all. I just every now and then when I scroll Instagram and I see something cool like that, I'm like, hell yeah, let's go.
There's gonna be so many Curry stats. Curry's stats are gonna be like if you count his career.
It's going to be the Barry Bonds stats.
It's going to be exactly what I was going to say.
Barry Bonds stats. You're going to see some like absolute bonkers, like 3-point stats that are just like mind numbing. And it's going to be like the Barry Bonds home run stats and like stuff like that. You take out the home runs and he's still like leads the planet in on base percentage. And, like it's the same kind of thing.
So there was a stat that I saw recently, his unanimous year, 2016. Is that right?
Yeah.
Unanimous year? Okay. There was a stat from the 2016 year that Curry was like 49% from shots beyond 30 feet. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Nearly
the
half.
Rest of the NBA was at 19%.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that is crazy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like he was shooting them at small clips. He was shooting them at ginormous clips.
Yeah, no, he was heat checking like crazy that year, and the answer was yes. He was on fire for the entire 2015-2016 season, basically. There's a reason why he was the unanimous MVP that year.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and switch gears from the men's side to the women's side, and let's talk about the Valkyries. A little bit of a rougher week this year, but that is in part because they did have a back-to-back against Phoenix. Yeah. So, it's a little rougher. Phoenix is currently the 4 seed in the WNBA, and the Valkyries are sitting in the 7 seed. So they did drop 2 games, a home and home. First, they lose 98-91 on Tuesday. And then they go down to Phoenix on Friday and lose 81-72. From there over on Sunday, they go and play at Dallas, and they get the 9-point win at Dallas. They're currently 1 game above 500, and they are in the 7 seed right now. When you look at the playoffs, the race for the playoffs, top 8 make the playoffs. Right now, the only team that's officially clinched a playoff berth is the Minnesota Lynx right now. They're miles ahead of everybody else in the 1 seed. So they're way out in front. The Las Vegas Aces, we knew that they would turn it on at some point. They're all the way up in the 3 seed. The Atlanta Dream are in the 2 seed. Like I said, Phoenix is in the 4. New York Liberty are up in the 5. Seattle is in 6. and the Golden State Valkyries are in 7. So the Valkyries are only 1 game back of Seattle.
Also,
Indiana Fever is in the 8th seed, but Golden State and Indiana are tied with the same record, 19 and 18.
and we've owned the tiebreaker.
Yep. The Los Angeles Sparks and the Washington Mystics are still alive. Both of those teams are, they're still alive. They're the Los Angeles Sparks. They are tied in the loss column. They are 2 games back in the win column. So they have 2 games in hand right now, but so they're on the math, they're 1 game back, but because of the way the math works out, they're 1 game back in the standings. But they gotta play those 2 games to get even, and that's just the way the standings work out. It's kind of weird, but yeah. Okay. So upcoming games.
Question for you. I'm curious what you think of this opinion.
Okay.
I think Caitlin Clark is the most electrifying player.
Electrifying. Yep. Okay.
Player of the NBA. And I think Paige is the most complete player in the WNBA. Given what she just did a couple nights ago and still lost that game and put up 35?
44. The 44 burger.
Not to say that Caitlin can't do it. I just think that Paige might be coming in this league as a rookie. And again, there's miles ahead of her in her career. But I think she might be the most complete player to join the WNBA, where I think Caitlin is the most electrifying player to join the NBA.
Right. No, the hype machine behind Caitlin Clark will be, unstoppable for, to the point where even saying the name like that is like, it's kind of scary. It's almost like talking Star Wars on the internet. It's kind of like almost bringing the name is like, it's almost like touching a third rail. It's like you want to be really careful when saying it, because it can attract the wrong sort of people if you're not careful with it. Like it can get scary sometimes.
The reason why I say this though is that Caitlin, Valkyries have shown this, and other teams have done this too. But Valkyrie is obviously more fresh in my mind. But if you can get into her defensively, it's kind of her night. You know what I mean? Like, she's done. We're like Paige. I feel like if you can get her defensively, she's got plenty of tricks in the bag to figure this out.
Oh yeah. No, they the way the Valkyries guarded her, like they treated Paige Beckers like a lot of teams treat Steph Curry. Yeah. I actually saw legit memes on Instagram about this. As I was
Caitlin.
No.
Oh, Paige as well too. Okay, because they did it to Caitlin too.
No, well, they do it to they do it to Caitlin, but I legit saw that I think they treat the Valkyries treat Caitlin like a lot of teams treat KD and LeBron, and I think that the Valkyries swarm Paige Beckers like a lot of teams treat Steph Curry.
Okay.
It's a little bit different. It's the way the defense attacks and stuff. You don't attack every player the same way, but like I guess that's the analogy that people are making. Like,
true.
You get your trees all around Steph, and that's kind of what I'm seeing a lot of, is like everybody was around, and there was like 3 people all around her, and it's just that's kind of what I'm seeing. Anyway, a couple things I did want to bring up in the WNBA. They broke the attendance record with a month still remaining in the season, so that's kind of cool.
I'm not shocked by any means.
Yeah, no, not shocked entirely with the addition of the Valkyries and literally selling out, every single game. It did, expand the schedule a little bit, but when you're adding 18,000 to the attendance total, so over 2.3 million fans have attended this year's games with still over a month left in the season. When you're adding a sellout to every single home game for a brand new team, and then you factor in the excitement with Paige Beckers and also the Caitlin Clark effect as well for all the Indiana Fever games as well. So and then just the excitement around, Nafisa Collier and what the Minnesota Lynx are doing, and hell, the New York Liberty being dominant like crazy, and Ellie the Elephant, and everybody seeing that, and just the way the
Yeah.
mascots are going crazy too. Is just like, so like the hype is real with the WNBA, and there's a reason why freaking dude bros like us are talking about it, right?
Yeah, of course.
I'd like to think that we're trying to be respectful about it, and just trying to have some fun with it while we're doing it, right? And that's the part of the idea, right? But yeah, so there's a reason why attendance is going crazy, why it's breaking records, and why interest is up, and it's because it's quality stuff, and a lot of people are noticing, and yeah, it's good product. I did say I have a fun fact for
Yeah.
the WNBA as well. Um, there are two rookies in WNBA history with 500 points, 150
Oh gosh.
assists, 100 rebounds, and 50 steals in a season. Two rookies in W history.
Diana Taurasi?
No, don't work that hard.
More newer? Oh, okay. Caitlin.
Yeah.
Is Paige really the second one?
Yeah.
Holy
She
shit.
just did it. Seriously, don't work that hard. It's literally, it just happened in the last 2 years. It's the first, like rookies had never done this before. So these two rookies, circling back to your Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark comment, is it's kind of funny you brought it up, because I literally, this fun fact is right here.
Yeah.
These two, back-to-back rookie seasons, uh 500 points, 150 assists, 100 rebounds, 50 steals for both of them in back, like both of these players did it in their rookie years, back to back years. So like, this is wild what we're seeing.
That's also crazy too, because they also play less minutes than like the men do. So in the fact that you're getting 500 points that fast is pretty impressive.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, they are. I mean, yeah, it's just it's so cool. It's so cool what they're doing. All right, so I think with that, we can just bring up the next games on the schedule. You have the Washington Mystics and the Indiana Fever. Look at that, back-to-back games here at home as well. So these are two teams right around you in the standings. I think if you win the game against the Washington Mystics, that pretty much eliminates them. They're done. Like they're far enough back in the standings. They're in 10th right now. They're I predicted that would be a team that would start falling back, just because of like the amount of rookies on the team, and they're currently 6 games under 500. You're 1 game above 500. If with so few games remaining on the schedule, if you win this game on Saturday, you can pretty much end their season. I don't know if it mathematically does it, but for all intents and purposes, that's the end of it for the Washington Mystics if you get this W. And then with the Indiana Fever coming to town the night after, Caitlin Clark's not going to be in that game because she's been fighting injuries all year.
Yeah.
So that's another opportunity, and they keep losing. And it's not just her. Sophie Cunningham's also out. I believe she's done for the year as well. So that's another opportunity. There's a reason why Indiana kept falling down the standings as well, why they're down in 8th now. So you could actually be doing the Los Angeles Sparks a favor by beating the Indiana Fever as well. So it's an opportunity to do yourself a favor by putting a little distance between the teams that are right around you. So get this W in the W.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we are. All right, look what I did there. All right, tied a nice bow on it. Let's talk footy. All right, so let's move on to soccer. I don't know which team I had the image up for first. Was it
USA?
I did have USA up first. Okay, cool. All right. All right, so just one quick note for the U.S. women's national team. Before we had talked about that they had announced that they had upcoming matches. They didn't announce an opponent for the October 29th match in Kansas City. That that opponent will be New Zealand. So
Is
that's
there
going to
any
be
talks
awesome.
about who's going to be in that friendly? Like,
No. They're not announcing rosters yet for that one. They will typically only announce rosters, like maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks before that one. So with that being said, they don't want to announce the rosters before, like, too soon before that one, because if players get hurt, or anything like that. So there is typically a pool of about, you know 50 to 75 players that kind of just have their names in the mix right now. That are just kind of like, hey, we're keeping an eye on you. Just keep doing what you're doing. Uh, you know, and then they'll send out a preliminary email apparently, and they'll say, hey, you're one of the finalists, and then they'll say, hey, you're invited, or hey, we're not, we're going a different direction, or they'll,
right.
like, that's at least according to the interviews that I've heard recently with other, like, US national team members. That's kind of the process that I've heard explained recently. That's kind of how it works. So yeah, that's kind of the how that works. That's fun. Okay. That being said, all right, time for the show. Speaking of,
That's pretty cool. I saw a
yeah,
bunch of video or highlights from it and all, so it looked pretty fun.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so if you follow us on Instagram at SVT Sports Pod, on our stories on Saturday, you saw that I was posting like a psychopath. I went there with my wife Courtney. We got third row seats at the game at the show at Oracle Park. So they gave away these flags. In fact, we got two of them. Courtney got one, I got one, so that's fun.
Nice,
Um,
nice.
yeah, we got
I
we
heard
got a
two.
couple of souvenirs. We got a couple of T-shirts, and so a couple other things.
I heard
Yeah,
Too Short showed up.
yeah, Too Short was there. I was in the souvenir line when he started performing, so unfortunately, I couldn't actually watch him perform, but I did hear him, and I did say his favorite word, because everybody knows his favorite word. That's
It's
that's Bay Law. That's
it's
that's
it's
Bay
it's
that's Bay Area
female.
law.
It's female dog. That's what it
That's
is.
Bay Area law. That's unfortunate. That's Bay Area law. That's everybody understands. That's the rule. Um, it is what it is. That's, I couldn't help myself. Nobody, literally the entire line, everybody knows the rules. I don't make the rules.
Uh,
Like, literally, like, you could feel the 40,091, you know, fans there. Like, you could feel the feminism leaving for just that half a second. Um, when that moment happens in that stadium, and then it comes right back in because we're at women's soccer match. So after that, we're right back in it. But anyway, um, yes. So back to the game itself. Washington jumps out to a 3-0 lead. Not fun. But then immediately after that third goal, the third goal happened in stoppage time in first half. But then Rachel Kundananji actually scores quite a bit of a banger. She finally gets on the score sheet. She's top three, top two in shots taken. She finally gets one into the back of the old onion bag to get a goal on the board in stoppage time as well. So it's 3-1 going into half. That's great. That feels good. The third goal was actually let in by on an own goal by Kelly Hubley, who's a backup center defense uh in the game, like playing because of injuries and pregnancy. So that's that's kind of, when you're down players, you have the backup players in. Kelly Hubley does make up for it, though. She gets the second goal in the second half. On the end that we were sitting, we were on the first base end. 4 out of 5 goals were actually scored in our direction, so we had a pretty good view of them all. And like I said, if you were able to watch our stories on Instagram, you could see some of those balls coming kind of right at us. So that was kind of fun. Yeah, this overall it was a hell of an experience, and I'm so glad I was able to go. And yeah, if you're not following us on Instagram when we go to like live events like that, we're definitely going to try to post more of that kind of stuff. I know
Absolutely.
I'm going to make that promise. And if Tyler and Sam go to live sporting events, they'll try to post those experiences as well. Yeah, this is definitely something that I'm gonna remember for a long, long time. I just wish they could have got the win. I will say offensively, this was the best that they've looked all season.
Okay. Okay.
Offensively, this is they looked really good. They couldn't quite find that third goal, but to be honest, that's been the story the entire year. There has not been a single game where they've scored 3 goals yet, but this is the closest they've come to scoring 3 goals, and I think they're going to break that seal very soon. If not this next game against Angel City next week, it's coming real soon. Like I can feel it. We're going to get a goal explosion very soon. Like it is coming. The offense is starting to look really, really good. Unfortunately, this is also the worst the defense has ever looked. Um, that was like on 2 of those goals. I don't know what the backline was doing, man. Like Kelly Hubley looked really lost on that. On the second goal, especially, you could see Jordan Silkowitz after the second goal was scored. She was visibly frustrated. You could see her slam her fist like in frustration, and then then after she did that, you could see her immediately like center herself, calm down, because she's 24, she's a competitor, she's very fiery and angry, and then she's like, oh crap, I'm supposed to be a leader. Let me fix that real quick. 40,000 people just saw me get really pissed off, and yeah, but I'll say the next time Bay FC does something really cool like this, definitely try to get out there if you can. This was
Yeah.
great.
Absolutely, man. It looked
Yeah,
like a blast, man. All the
it was
videos I
so
saw,
fun.
it looked like everyone was having a good time. The weather was
Mhm.
great.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, the score didn't result the vibes, but
yeah,
nonetheless,
you got a free Mr. Fab concert at the beginning too,
true,
pre-show as
true.
well. So that was fun.
Yeah, it looked like a fun time. So definitely,
Yeah,
I'm going to look to go out next time on those.
yeah. A couple of notes from across the league. Bay FC, because they have some deficiencies on the back line, they did acquire a defender, Sydney Collins from NC Courage. She is in the Canadian national team player pool. She didn't play in the last go around in the Olympics because she was injured, but she's on the Canadian national team. She's like in their player group, and she's a really solid player. She played at Cal also, so she's familiar with some of the players from that are currently on Bay FC. She's the 8th overall draft pick in 2023. Let's see what else. She's from Beaverton, Oregon, so she's a West Coast person as well. So
Nice.
yeah, so this is a solid addition as well. She was available to play but didn't get into the game this weekend. I think that's probably fair. You don't want to, brand new to the team. They acquired her on Friday. The game was on Saturday. That wouldn't have been fair, to
Yeah,
put her in.
yeah.
So I get not putting her in there. That would have been asking too much. So we'll let her get her feet wet this coming week against Angel City. That game is on Monday. Currently Bay FC is sitting in 12th. The playoffs are starting to get kind of far out of reach right now. Mathematically, they're still within reach. They're only 4 points out of a playoff spot, but with 17 games played, that means there's let's see, there's let's see, so 20, let's see, 13, 26. So yeah, there's only 9 games left in the season. That's going to be a bit of a tough ask to get there. You got to climb over 1, 2, 3, 4 different teams to get there too. It's if you got to start winning games. They're only -5 on the goal differential. So it's not going to be easy. They could mathematically do it. I just think it's the injuries are a little bit too much right now, and I just like
Right.
so. Yeah, the transfer window is closing soon if it hasn't already closed. I think it might be closed. If it's not closed, it's closing like either today or tomorrow. Like the last chance to get new players is coming up shortly. So this is going to be it. These are the players you got basically. Uh so maybe they don't make the playoffs this year. If they don't make the playoffs, I don't know if Albertine Montoya, the head coach, loses his job. It puts him on the hot seat.
Definitely in the hot seat, in my opinion. I mean,
Unfortunately, he's making the playoffs last year might have been the worst thing for him because the team just got really really hot, and maybe overperformed
sure.
expectations a little bit, and so that was so you look at it now, they're just kind of underperforming a little bit, and you add in the injuries, there are ways to explain the why the team isn't winning right now, and I think the ownership group to this point they have shown a lot of patience and staying willing to stay the course. I think that they uh I get the sense that they're willing to stick it out a little bit longer with him,
Mhm.
but I think the patience is going to run a little thin if they start off next year not doing well. So,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it also kind of depends on what acquisitions get made in the winter transfer portal, transfer opening window, whatever you want to call it. So we'll see what moves get made. So it's kind of a lot of things up in the air. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, one last note on the NWSL. Barbara Banda from the Orlando Pride, she will miss the rest of the season with a leg injury. That's unfortunate for Orlando and the league at large. She's a dynamic scorer and teammate, national team teammate of Rachel Kundananji as well. So Rachel had a really sad, heartfelt post on her Instagram as well. So check that out. Yeah. All right. So, like I said, next match is against Angel City on Monday, 6 p.m. Check that out. Okay. So let's have you start talking Wrexham.
Yeah. So Wrexham here, they're having a hard time trying to find a win right now. They are currently sitting at 1 loss and 2 draws here. So I'm sorry, 1 draw and 2 losses here. They just played against Sheffield Wednesday here this past Saturday. They were up 2-0 going into the half, only to squander the lead away. Kiefer Moore gets his first goal going into the half there to put Wrexham up 2-0, and then after that, the defense just loses complete composure, and it's like the team just forgot that they were up and needed to hold a lead in order to get a win. It could have been worse. They could have lost that match. There was basically an empty goal at that point when Charlie McNeil came in for Sheffield Wednesday, but luckily Danny Ward came out of complete left field and was able to kick the ball away there and prevent a goal and preventing a possible loss there against Sheffield Wednesday. So still searching for their first win. Their next match will be against, they have an EFL Cup round 2 tomorrow against Preston, but this Saturday they'll be playing against Millwall, and Millwall is currently sitting in 8th right now. So it's super early in the season, but when you've gone up so many times, there's going to be question marks no matter how early in the season is, and pundits are asking if Phil Parkinson is the man for the job. I love it. I love that this is already happening. It's 3 matches,
Christ.
guys.
3 games into the year.
Yeah.
Jesus Fucking Christ. Oh my God.
So if you think Boston media or New York media could be crucial on their teams, uh, football is very similar in Europe. They're very, very critical about their teams, and there's not much. Usually a town has a team that is the center and the
That's the life.
focus.
Yeah, that's
So
the lifeblood. Yeah.
all the more reason why it's very all eyes are on them. And like Phil Parkinson's, yeah, he's had his team up in 2 games and they've squandered one. They had one where they came back and tied it up at the very end there. So and well, unfortunately, they ended up losing at the very end, but they got really close. You know what I mean? It like there's pieces that are there's composure on the offense and composure on the defense, but unfortunately, they're never at the same time.
Right.
And I think Phil's feeling the pressure because he needs to get that first win. I mean, you look at it too. Your team or your friends that went up with you in Birmingham, aka Tom Brady's part ownership. I can get the pressure, man, because currently that team's sitting in 5th and they have 2 wins under their belt already. You know what I mean? So I get the pressure. I get the media. It's a little bit more of a circus with the ownership that they have there. So that all comes with it. But you signed up for the job, and I think people just need to relax a little bit. Just take a chill pill. There's plenty of
Yeah.
games to be played.
Let's circle back in a month, I think.
Yeah. And if you haven't gotten the win in a month, then I would say maybe he's not the right one for the job. Maybe he is the the Warriors head coach situation here. You know what I mean? Maybe we run into that, but let's pump the brakes a little bit. Let's just wait. So
yeah. So it's 3 games into the season is a little too early to like honestly be asking questions about that. That being said, if you're it does take a little bit of time. I remember, I think last year it took a little bit of time for them to find their footing a little bit. They still ended up doing just fine.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna flash any alarms just yet. I obviously patience is the way to go. I think patience is take the chillest of pills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cold on this one.
Very, very cold. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Let's now switch gears. There was a on the Sharks prospect pool just before the season started. I saw this great breakdown about just who the Sharks have in the prospect pool. And basically everybody just kind of is fawning over what's in the pipeline, who the Sharks have, and just how sunny it looks. And so I just kind of wanted to wax poetic real quick about, how good it's looking right now and just how on paper, how good of a job GM Mike Greer has done and just how on point this has gone so far and just how meticulous this has gone into and how the plan is gone, like trust in the process and all the other cliches and everything. So when you look at the prospect pool rankings right now, just as of summer 2025, according to Core NHL, the criteria for the rankings of these prospects is the player must possess Calder eligibility status for this season. So they cannot they must be eligible for the Rookie of the Year. So they can't have too much experience at the NHL level already. So Macklin Celebrini no longer counts for the prospect pool, for example. Okay. All right. Fair. So this doesn't even count Macklin anymore. We're not even counting Macklin Celebrini in this prospect pool. And the Sharks still rank number 1 in forwards depth, number 1 in defenseman depth, and number 1 in goaltenders depth, according to Core NHL. Okay.
I think that's accurate. Yeah.
All right. So you look at Michael Misa.
Stud.
Yep, stud. Your number 2 prospect is Sam Dickinson.
Stud.
Stud. Yaro Askarov. Stud. Goalie. Luca Cagnoni. Left-handed defenseman. Stud at the Barracuda. Quentin Musty, left winger. Stud. Chernishoff. left winger,
Another
stud at
stud.
the Spirit. Ravensbergen, another goalie stud.
Stud.
Kasper Haltinen, right winger. He looks pretty damn good too.
Up and
Cole
coming. Up and
up
coming.
and coming.
Stud.
Up and coming Cole McKinney. He's at the USHL level. They
Okay.
just drafted him. He looks all right. Philip Bystead, another center at the Barracuda. He looks pretty damn good. Another let's see. We look at down the line, right-handed defenseman Eric Polkamp from the 2023 draft class. Muldowney, Wallenius, they drafted him in 2024. Cam Lund is another guy in the pipeline. Hao Shi Wong, they just drafted him. That's a guy that they're really, really high on. Havilid, Rashensky, Wedge, Svoboda, and then Ethan Cardwell is your 20th prospect. He's at the AHL level right now in 2021, and in 2021 they drafted him. So pretty late in the class. That's your 20th prospect right there. So when you look at all these guys right there stacked up, basically when you look at all this entire class, basically the entire breakdown. The write-up is basically what I really wanted to call out. And so the guy said San Jose's 9th best prospect, Cole McKinney, would be the best prospect on 4 different teams. The Sharks have 2 goalie prospects in my top 10, 3 overall prospects within my top 15, and 5 total within my top 50. The pool is led by Michael Misa, a dynamic center who some view as the top prospect in hockey. He put up a league-leading 134 points at
Insane.
OHL, finishing second in goals with 62. Sam Dickinson ranked 6th heading into 2024 draft, yet he fell to the Sharks at 11. So let's see.
I think
elite goaltending prospect. Yeah.
I think if the Sharks, like I don't want to get people upset with this, but I think if the Sharks kind of like a la maybe the Houston Astros, where they had just like the most amazing farm system just built up and built up and built up, and that like anyone coming up was like, that guy's a stud, that guy's another stud, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe kind of like Baltimore now in the sense where there's just stud after stud after stud, right? Because it's been built up.
Pipeline is
hopefully it, without the cheating part, but hopefully it leads to a championship, much like the Houston Astros. But it just feels like both of those teams that are analogy wise have just done such a great job of building a pipeline down the road that bolsters your team for years to come. And I think the Sharks they're doing that, and they're still doing that. And who's to say, like, let's say we making a crazy run the next 2 years, right? You got all this talent. You could literally be like, I'm going to trade some of this talent to get like a really good proven one right this second because I need it to try and get us over the top. You know what I mean? So there's so many avenues that the Sharks can go in this, and it's great.
Yeah. Luca Cagnoni, he's the number 4 prospect, and he's like the number 2 defensive prospect on the team. He's a little small, but he was playing at the AHL last year. He had 16 goals, 52 points total. That's top 2 among AHL defensemen, and he was a teenager for the first half of the season last year.
That's insane.
So he's a little small. Defensive play needs probably a little bit of work, but he's very, very skilled, and he's gonna have plenty of time still as a teenager to reach his full potential. And he's going to get some time with the big club probably sooner rather than later as well. So, So just overall, really, really excited about the team coming. Like it's coming, and it's coming soon. So get ready, strap in, because it's going to be a lot of fun. Get ready. It's coming, and it's coming very, very soon. One last thing that I had on our docket to talk about was just, and it is baseball related. Manfred did talk about possible expansion to 32 teams, and it would give baseball a chance to realign geographically. And basically,
go with this. I saw some of these mock-ups. There's one that's absolutely insane as a mock-up of a new alignment, but go ahead.
So he said he wants 2 locations picked out by the time he retires in 2029. Although those 2 teams would not be playing yet at that point. He only noted that the preference would be 1 team in the East and 1 out West. That being said, Portland has $800 million on the table, and Salt Lake City has $900 million already secured for public funding for ballparks. So we'll see if that money, if the money talks. Okay, we'll see if ACDC is right.
Yeah. I think
Listen to the money talk.
the realignment that was put out there as a possible suggestion, it looks all fine and dandy. And then you look at the AL Northeast, or as they're calling that, you have the Yankees, the Mets, the Red Sox, and the Phillies. That's a bloodbath of a
Yeah, no,
division. There's no
yeah.
way.
No, so people and that's just people are just spitballing. Like I like these are people just throwing crap against the wall. That is that like these are not based on anything that is official or anything from MLB specifically. He basically said that he didn't want a hypothetical Red Sox versus Angels playoff series before a championship. Like that's all he ever really said. Like that's so people are just taking that and running with it. So basically trying to do like an Eastern Conference, Western Conference thing is what he's looking at. That being said, there are way more Eastern Conference like teams in the Eastern time zone than there are in the Western time zone, which is why I think adding Portland and Salt Lake makes more sense. Adding
Yeah,
2 teams there, and
I would agree with that.
I mean we'll see how it goes from there. Yeah, I mean there's and I'm someone that has already gamed out 36 team expansion and 40 team expansion. So and I have maps for that as well. So what that looks like. And yes, I did right some wrongs in my expansion for those as well. So yeah. And you can take that with what you will. But I think you all know what I'm saying when I say that I righted some wrongs. That's right. Oakland gets their teams back for
Yeah,
football and
I would
baseball.
think Oakland have to get a team back. I'm actually impressed that Oklahoma doesn't have a team, if I'm being frankly honest with you, given that there's just so much baseball stuff that goes through Oklahoma in general. I'm surprised that Nashville doesn't have one, given how much baseball stuff just goes through there in general. So,
I mean, like honestly, Omaha is kind of like if you're looking to do like a city that doesn't have a lot of other things, but you wanted to be kind of unique, but does have a lot of baseball like ties or whatever. College World Series happens in Omaha. Like
yeah,
that could be like there's a lot of excitement for baseball itself in Omaha, and there's nothing else going on there. So, I
well, I
mean,
think that's the cause of concern, right? Is that there's
exactly. Yeah.
nothing going on. Where at least like Oklahoma has OKC, and there's things
Right.
happening
Yeah,
there. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
There's Tulsa nearby as well. So that there are like other things happening, exactly. So I mean, like that, like I said, there are other cities and stuff. Yeah, like I said, I broke down I caught a little bit of like um serotonin and I just chased that. I just rode that dragon and I created like a 40 team freaking like a
Did you go
psychopath.
international or did you stay?
No, I literally kept it North
Okay.
America.
Okay.
And I didn't do it just for baseball. I did it for football, basketball, and hockey as well.
Okay.
Maybe one day we'll break it down and show it to you, but we are running out of time for
Yes,
today. I don't
absolutely.
want to get into that. So maybe another time we'll show you that and I'll let you all see the beautiful mind working here.
Yeah, absolutely.
With that said, thanks for listening to the show. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Hit the bell for alerts when we go live so we can watch us next time. Slide into the DMs as well. And follow us on Instagram so that way when we go to sporting events, you can see the stories posted live as they happen. So you can interact with us. And we'll catch you next time, you beautiful, beautiful bastards. Thank you so much and have a great night. And FJF.
FJF.